Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Campus Care Ed Talks. I am Nandini Upadhyay, your host of the show, and I would like to welcome you all. So let me tell you a bit about Ed Talks. So Ed Talk is a platform where educators and leaders like you come on board and express their viewpoints related to education and society. So, our topic of discussion is encouraging students to explore their talents beyond the classroom and to express the viewpoints on the same. We have with us Miss Rita Jha ma'am, who is the Director Principal of Tagore Vanasthali Public School, Solan, Himachal Pradesh. Welcome, Rita ma'am. Next, we have with us Miss Punita
Welcome,
Nehru.
maybe welcome, Monica.
Thank you, Rita ma'am. Next, we have with us Miss Punita Nehru ma'am, who is the director of Laurel School, Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Welcome, Punita ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next is Miss Sakshi Chopra ma'am, who is the principal of Guru Amar Das Public School, Kapurthala, Punjab. Welcome, Sakshi ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
And our final panelist for today is Dr. Radhika ma'am, who is the principal of Knowledge Gram International School, Patna, Bihar. Welcome, Radhika ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So, a very warm welcome to
And
all the
good
educators.
afternoon to all of you.
Sorry, ma'am.
To all of you. Good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. So, a very warm welcome to all the educators. Thank you so much for taking out your precious time for this event. So, let's start with the sessions today. So, my very first question is for Rita, ma'am. Ma'am, what are the benefits of incorporating arts, music, sports, and other non academic curriculum to promote a well rounded approach to talent exploration and development? Over to Rita, ma'am.
That question is for me, Nandini.
Right, ma'am, for you.
All right. Uh, well, we all before we get to the topic, let's give an insight to our brain. We all know that we have two hemispheres. Generally, they say, isn't it? The left brain and the right brain. So the brain controls the body, right brain controls the left part of the body. These two hemispheres, they are connected with a corpus callosum. It is the bridge between the two hemispheres, which allows message to travel faster and through more diverse routes, which enables in problem solving more effectively and creatively. Now, the best thing what has been observed is that music, it enlarges corpus callosum, the anterior of the corpus callosum, and this enables the messages to move faster. And in children, study has proven that music improves the auditory discrimination, fine motor skills, and vocabulary in children. You must have noticed that during exercises in all the gyms and all, the music is played. Uh, let's go back to the past. The Vedas. It came down the line through rhythm, through rhythm. Isn't it? The verses were recited. It had rhythm, and rhythm is music. And if you notice, for a child to remember a one line answer or to rote learn a one line answer becomes very difficult. But long songs, rhymes, it hardly takes, it hardly takes time for the child to memorize, remember, right? So it's easy for the child to remember anything which is in verse form and in rhythm. That is why, if you have noticed that in our early with the Vedic age or in the Vedic system, we had the Samaveda, which emphasized on music. Moreover, in this busy life, there's so much of stress. Children are experiencing stress, depression, and we all know that the health benefits of music, it not only improves immunity, it works as a stress buster also. Music, it increases the cortisol hormone level, which results in no music, it decreases the cortisol level, which increases the dopamine hormone, and this enables. Like German Friedrich, he has said very well that music, without music, life would be a mistake. And WHO defines life skills as the abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enables individuals to deal effectively with the demand and challenges of everyday life, which is required from the womb to the tomb, which is required from the womb to the now life skills. Life skills, we have all been reading, okay, analytical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving, empathy, yes. But what can very easily enhance the life skill is, again, in our brain, the pathways that carry pain, the same pathways, they carry music sensation also. The pathways which carry pain and the pathways which carry music sensation are the same. So when music sensation will pass through the pathway of pain, automatically what will happen? It will help children combat anxiety, relief. And study also shows that children who have learned music in their childhood, then in their old age, their brain functions is improved. Queen's University Belfast, a research study was done on 120 youth who were being treated for some emotional and behavioral problems. Two groups were there, one on medicine and the other on medicine and music. The group showed significant reduction in depression symptoms who were on medicine and music. Same way, you have the Helsinki University survey. Music therapy in improves brain repair and verbal memory. So, see, most of the scientists, let it be Albert Schweitzer, let it be Einstein, let it be Max Planck, the father of quantum physics. Everybody, if they have excelled in life, it is not only the scientific approach which they've had. There has always been the academics, and now what we call the non-academics, the music. All these scientists had exposure to the organ the violin, Albert Einstein. So what you have, your left brain that controls your language, and you have the right brain which controls the emotions. Now, right brain controlling your emotions and left brain the language. Now, your emotions to express needs language, right? And then again, the left brain and the right brain, again, we come back to the corpus callosum. There again, for free pathways, it is music. Now, in schools, what is happening? We've been having music classes, but that is, just on the curriculum. Okay, we are having music classes. Music is actually pure science. Music should be treated as pure science, and it should also have a beautifully designed syllabus with all the seriousness to develop life skills, which we at the moment are failing. But yes, the new education policy has rightly emphasized on these aspects, particularly in the foundational stages, wherein they are emphasizing on music, art, craft. The right, never. It's better late than never. And now, music ought to be treated as pure science. Yes, it has entertainment. It has the soothing effect. It has what do you say? It enhances your creativity. It enhances. Let me quote Himesh Madan. Uh, Himesh Madan, he has worked on these binaural notes and the alpha, beta, delta, and what do you say, theta, gamma notes. And it has been noticed that subjecting children to these binaural notes, say to begin with 10 minutes, it uh, enhances their focus span. It enhances their memory. It helps in combating problems of insomnia. It helps in combating problems of weight loss and even addiction. This Mr. Himesh Madan has uh, mm, he has put a wonderful study of impact of music on the healing aspect and manifesting the behavioral patterns of problematic children, which we educators should implement in the day-to-day curriculum of the students in order to have a more empathetic, creative, reflective, and molded personality world.
Thank you so much, Rita ma'am, for sharing your wonderful viewpoints and for focusing also on the mental health and how music is such a stress buster. So, thank you once again, ma'am. So, my next question is for Sakshi ma'am. Ma'am, how can schools create environments that support and encourage students to explore their unique talents and interests outside of a traditional academic subjects? Over to Sakshi ma'am.
Thank you so much, and greetings to you, everyone, once again. Actually, this topic is very close to my heart, as we all are the educators. And if we'll talk about me, I'm working as a principal from last 11 years. So, right, it's very important, as like school is providing the platform exposure to the children. So if we're talking about the extracurricular activities or how can schools support to provide those kind of platform. So as for instance, I'll tell you about my school. My school, we are providing wide range of extra co-curricular activities such as the clubs, which I think every school is catering nowadays. So we have sports club, we have theater club, music club, art and craft club. So besides those clubs, like these are the common clubs which every schools are, maybe they are offering. Beside those clubs, we'll be next year we'll be introducing the innovative clubs like photography club. We are going to organize students, those who are those who are having the keen interest in the visual arts. So uh, we are planning to offer the photography club, the gardening club, and the chess club, those who are good in strategy thinking. So we'll be planning to organizing the innovative clubs in the next year in our school only, because uh, we what we are doing, we are planning the activity planner in the initial, means in the month of December we used to plan all the activities the coming session. So in the activities we made sure that all the students are segregated equally as per their interest, and the clubs which we are providing them, we will be organizing the competitions as well to motivate and to create the positive reinforcement. Like for the oratory club, we have mock parliament, we have declamation extempore speeches. For music club also, we have a patriotic song competition, we have Shabad Gayan. Then there are theater club. We have Nukkad Natak competition. Then we have one act play. So we have planned all the activities in such a way so that students should come forward and they get the platform and exposure so that they can improve their personality, right? And besides that, we are organizing the talent shows and the art exhibitions to showcase the talent, because once they'll start getting these kind of platform, definitely they'll become more confident. And confidence, because of the confidence, we all are speaking in front of each other. So obviously we want our children should also come forward and they'll speak. So it's all about enhancing the confidence. For that, resources are very, very important. Now we have planned the activity planner, right? We have segregated the students also. Now resources are very, very important. So all the schools should have the resources. Suppose we have art club, so we should have the art studios, we should have the music studios, we should have the sports facilities, all the basketball courts, synthetic courts. These resources are very, very important. We need to create that supportive environment where the students should feel valued, because if once we'll start valuing them, they will start getting motivation and they'll start putting their extra efforts. They'll come forward. And for that, recognition is equally important. As every month we are taking out the student of the month, so for that, they are getting the exposure that yeah, we all have to perform. And for recognition also, there should be some certain parameters through which we can take out the best students from all from the wide range of clubs. So there are certain platforms which are very, very important. We all are involved in education, but nowadays, besides education, these platforms are very important to enhance the confidence of each and every child. For that, creativity is important. And for the creativity, these clubs are important. Even if I'll talk about me, I did not get the exposure in my school days. I was very good in art and craft, but I was not aware. My parents are focused that you have to study hard, you have to just focus on your studies. But now children are getting exposure. If the child is good in art and craft, we have the art and craft club, and accordingly we there are certain competitions we are sending them. We have inter-school competitions, and as per their capabilities, we are sending them for the competitions as well, and they are doing wonders which I we cannot imagine. So it's very, very important. Besides academic, extracurricular activities play a vital role to enhance students personality. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sakshi ma'am, for beautifully explaining. But Sakshi ma'am, I wanted to know, for all those students who are, they're very introvert, they have the exposure. Let me say, I will take my example. I've studied from a boarding school where we had like number of extracurricular activity, but usually I used to bunk or try and ignore it. Like I used to love guitar, but it was more of like listening to the my teacher while he used to play, but not learning, because it used to take a lot of effort. So what should we do to such students? I really want to know it from you.
I will give you answer. So we also have such students in our school, those who are introvert, they're not coming forward. For that, this very small platform, we could class assemblies. We are giving them small thoughts and news so that they'll just come forward along with the companion. If they are not comfortable, if they have to come forward and speak few lines, then there'll be one companion and the one who is very through the small even we have been given instruction to the form educators, our class teachers, that we have to give small responsibilities to them. We'll make them monitor, we'll give them some tasks so that their confidence will their confidence will boost up. So confidence is very, very important. Once they'll feel confident, yes, I can do anything, then definitely I have seen in my 11 years of tenure, I have seen wonderful kids, those who were introvert before, but then afterward they become the head boy, head girl, sports captains, and all the literary captains. The one who was very introvert last year, not able to comfortable in English, along with even in front of everyone, we've appointed in the investiture ceremony the literary club council member. So he became very confident and started participating in all the activities. So it's very, very important. Teachers should have that, keen eyes that you should know the child is, because we have given instruction to the teachers, the PTM also. The child is not performing good in the subject, but the child is good in extracurricular activities. For we need this. Your child is performing in extracurricular activities, but he's not performing good in academy. So that parents should not feel offended, right? Yes, my child is at least doing something in co-curricular activities. So by doing these kind of practices, one should enhance, the confidence.
Thank you so much, Sakshi ma'am. In future, for sure, I will apply it for my kids, future kids. So thank you once again, ma'am.
Nandini, may I add on to this?
Sorry, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
I said, Nandini, may I add on to this?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
It's so nice to know that you have said that, okay, during your school days, like you bunked and you enjoyed listening to the guitar teacher, but did not wish to play the guitar. Now, see, individual difference is also there, Bache. Sorry, Nandini. And individual difference will be there, taste will be there. Guru Dronacharya gave, this weapon training to all the Pandavas, isn't it? But you see, they had their own area of interest. Arjun, archery, Bhim, the Gada, isn't it? Same way. See, if you did not play the guitar, I'm sure you appreciated the people playing guitar. So it's very important, to appreciate somebody else's excellence also. So when you're in such classes, isn't it? You may, but we also, it's very difficult to accept the excellence of the other. So you were there to accept, to boost the morale of the others, isn't it? And we need not excel in every field. Today, education is going to focus on jack of all trades, master of none. We should know everything because, you got my point, isn't it?
Thank you so much, Rita ma'am. You showed me the positive side of it. So thank you so much. So my next question will be for Radhika ma'am. Ma'am, how can educators and mentors identify and nurture the diverse talents of students, including those that may not be easily recognized through conventional academic assessment? Over to Radhika ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Really, nowadays, all taking this one, all teaching in the classroom, teacher goes that with one lesson plan and start teaching that subject, because back of mind, one thing is there, that is to complete the syllabus. But NCF and he says that we have to cater all types of students. Their interest is varied. So how we can cater this conventional teaching method? We cannot cater all the students. We cannot inculcate good habits, or you could understand the student. The first thing is required, that holistic and individualized approach. Teachers should go with that, a holistic approach. And while going to the lesson classroom, teachers should have this feeling that I'm going to face different types of students. But someone very introvert, someone do not want to be good, but does not want to express it as some you don't want to come out. So many such students, someone very active and was hyperactive child also. So while going to the classroom, the educators should carry the different types of, you can say, material also to cater everything. And before going to be one-to-one touch, first thing what's missing about that, the connect with the students. That's somewhere missing. The teacher has to think that that when you close to someone, they're ready to open up. That is called friends. That friends, it does not mean the friends in the you can students life. You have to very friendly with the student. They should feel that someone is there to listen me, to know me better. But that's not, that's really missed till now. Now it's the changes are taking place. We need to understand each one of them. We need to know the high. But suppose one child is not coming to the classroom, next day it's present immediately. Oh, I miss you yesterday. You are present, you were not present yesterday, so I missed you. So this also gave that, oh, my teacher value, the value is required. Someone is valuing, we will also invest that automatically. To make the teacher happy, each child tried to do something. And now we know that Gardner's multiple intelligence theory, we know that it's like me, I'm the person, I cannot sit in one place. Now also I'm thinking that how can I sit for 1 hour into one, even in the principal chamber also an hour, I cannot, because my kind of energy is much more. So I need to, even when study student times, I used to go more around acting, role plays this way, because even the when I'm still recalling that the World War also in the classroom we acted it. So Axis and Allied powers in this way. So these types of drawing which good now art integrated learning. So we can, there are students, everyone. So someone has got some music interest. So we have to take that student. There should be confidence, self-confidence to be improved. That's with the moment you will get the self-confidence, then automatically feel that, oh, my ma'am is recognizing, my school is recognizing, I'm getting some achievement or recognition. So I'll try to do. So might be he may not be very, or she may not be very good in mathematics, but at least he or she can be good in getting a reasonably good marks. So recognition is required. And another thing is that the teachers, as I said, you have to observe minutely. You need to day to day, that's a task. It's not a 1 day task. I gave the verse, how many of you done the homework, submitted the homeworks? No, that's your individual attention to be given to each one of us, so that that bond help us to know that the how we can write all types of students. And then what is required, that we need to find the teachers, each and every innate potential of the child, that potential to be taken, means profile to be created every day. This is a formative assessment, every day watching. And we need to connect with the parents also. We need to share with them. We need to tell them, don't force them to study maths and to be, you had to crack the IIT and he has to be an UPSC aspirant. No, we have to find out. Let us observe that through which the child can. If the child, oh, badte nahi hai, that child is never sit in the classroom and the place. He has to move around. He maybe like to study with the moving around the room maybe. So we have to make the parents also we need to set up the teachers goal setting exercises, minute self-assessment tools of the and export different activities, games, etc. As ma'am also said, the music, yes, it's one of the brain gym also. They understand that, oh, I'm good in maths, so automatically feel that, oh, I got appreciation in the assembly. So one way they're getting automatically tell. Now another thing is what we can do we can do the groups studies. Peer group, through peer group also child can learn. Very nice, the students learn it, because they know that whatever they have, what the weakness, they can share with their friends better than the teacher. So with this, there's a group, diversified group should be there. Incorporating best, average, all the different areas of interest also, through which also we can develop this. And as we said, we need to classroom learning environment also to be very good. That's values of diversity, and recognize that value system, even the religion, caste, because we says that Thursday, suppose we are calling the Thursday summit, suppose you and Nandya invited me and you are given the non-veg and all, my religion is telling Thursday what not to take. So that's from where I got it, that's inbuilt with it since long. So this type of value system also is required. That value system we can develop. We should know that the consequences of, if a child is not reading, what were the consequences and the opportunities to be placed before the child. What are the opportunities that then they can identify that I have this strength, I can be a pilot, I may be good in maths, but I'm not be good in the language. so I can do that. So the opportunities, what are the opportunities? If the opportunities, we know that suppose in the food, if the dal is not getting, we will get something else, we can have the food. It's the same way to them also. They should know that finally where they have to land, what are the opportunities are there, and thus learning. What are types of learning can be? Many of them may be good, and they can ask that you can write it. Somebody else only they don't like to write it like me, so can read it and do it. Or someone maybe the through. So I saw that I have seen when my Sanskrit teachers to sing and teach that, and that singing help us to learn that all those, you can say the Sanskrit is very tough subject for us till 8 5 6 7 8 we have to study that study the different types of this. And another thing is that I said achievements also, whether it is big or small, we have to celebrate it. The child is showing some improvement, we have to celebrate it in the very nicely. Then automatically the child feel that yes, I'm recognized, then I need to do better. Because if my mom is praising me, then I'll do for her. Sometimes we do the things for others, we are also do for others also. Why others are we are doing? Because we are connected with them, we don't want to make them unhappy also. So that's also the teachers has to be. And as first ma'am has said, tools also, we should have that all the tools to use all these techniques in the classroom. If we are classroom, and the classrooms arrangements also to be changed. Everyday monotonous not sitting plan also changed. They should get that the others are to sit, know the others weakness and the plus point and all those things. This also help us. And as we said that we had the teacher, well, going to the, in short I can tailor the learning method. how work to whom I want to get the level of assignment also to be. So low level also, middle also, higher can also do it this way. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Radhika ma'am. So rightly said, recognition gives you a lot of confidence, in a human. So thank you once again, ma'am. So my last question is for Punita ma'am. Ma'am, in what ways do extracurricular activities and clubs contribute to the holistic development of students' talents and skills? Over to Punita ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. Um, to begin with, I'd just like to say one thing, that the children of today are born in a very, very progressive world, because the entire world now is realizing that education is not synonymous with academics. So, in order for the children to be successful, it's very, very imperative that all children are exposed to various co-curricular activities. I don't even say extracurricular, so there are co-curricular activities, and that is what will take them ahead. So now, when we come to holistic development mainly it refers to 4 developments. One is a physical development. Then the next is cognitive, then linguistic development, and then last is social and emotional development, I think. Yes. So these 4 major categories are there of developments in holistic development. And if you see, all schools, they don't only cater to academics, they cater to other activities and areas also in education. Why is it so? Because they know that in order for a person to be complete, it's important we give exposure and platform to children in various activities. Now, the question is, how do these activities help? See, what are the co-curricular activities which mainly schools have? There are many now. I mean, every school, according to where they are, what kind of children they are catering to, which area they are in, so they pick up their activities. And it's not necessary for us to have big infrastructures, because then what will happen to the children who are going to the smaller schools, those who are not from that strata of society? So it's not that only these big infrastructural schools give these activities and this exposure. Every school does it, some more, some less. And we start with the basic thing called sports. I'm a sports person and I've represented India. Now, I was in a school, I was also in a boarding school where we were exposed to all activities as well as academics, of course, was there. And it was compulsory for us to pick up the activities. Now, sports, what does sports do? Physical development is there. Teaches a child to go in the battlefield of life and face life. The child or either of us, none of us have, shown you our report. Maybe then you wouldn't have called us here. But if you see what people see in a person when they meet a person, they see how that person walks, how that person faces life, how that person treats other people, how they are talking. And that is what life is all about. So sports teaches you teamwork. Sports teaches you to concentrate. Sports teaches you to appreciate other people who have done maybe better than you. And sports teaches you to be humble also when you win and take everybody together. Then, of course, physical development is, of course, there. So it is so important for us not only to have a good report card and to have some good degrees, but also to be team members, also to be appreciating others when they do well, right? So this is what sports teaches you besides so many other things. So that is one aspect. Other aspects, music, ma'am talked about. Music is also one aspect which, again, they say music is soul stirring. You may or may not be, a singer. You may or may not be playing any instrument, but it is education to understand music. And music, of course, changes. I was just reading somewhere sometime back today. I was trying, I didn't get it. I had read somewhere that music increases your IQ. I had read somewhere. But today when I read, they say that some people think, but it is not a fact. But I don't know. But then people feel that, if you listen to music or if you sing or if you are playing an instrument, it increases your IQ. But for sure, it increases your concentration power, right? So when you are singing, all these activities, they enhance your skills, other skills, academic skills also, memory power, concentration power. All of these come from being exposed to these different activities. Dance is, of course, concentration, aesthetics, creativity, as well as physical activity. Very, very beautiful physical activity. Right? Similarly, with photography and with even filmmaking, instruments, and there's so many, gardening. I mean, there are umpteen number of activities which a school can provide to a child. Besides this, other activities also include giving platforms to children to speak up. Like MUNs have come up. I love this activity, the MUN. There, the children amongst their own peer group, they stand up and they speak, they learn. So it is learning as in knowledge. It is expressing, the confidence building, everything comes there. So today's world is giving all these plethora of platforms wherein children go and enhance their skills. They may or may not win a trophy, but for sure, they are grooming themselves. Their personality is developing. And ultimately, this is what is going to count. See, I was teaching in a engineering college also long time back. And then I was made the faculty coordinator for training and placement. So I started some of these activities there, wherein, that personality development program I started. And you will not believe the children, when the companies came to pick them up, the children who had better personalities, better skills, better communication skills, they were the ones who were picked up, not the toppers necessarily. Some of them were very depressed. They came to me. So I said, you had to be participating all the time. You were into books, right? There are other skills also you have to develop. So all these activities that we give to the children, they help us in making the child a well-rounded personality, including their character development, which is so important, ethical, principle, all of that. So once a child is well-rounded is when he goes out in the battlefield of life and faces life with boldness and bravery, sticking to whatever, his principles are. So I feel, these skills, these activities, co-curricular activities are the activities which actually, they are actual education. These days, everything is just a click away. Google bolte na, Google is like a Google auntie or whatever, gives everything. Knowledge तो एक click करो और मिल जाएगी. But ये जो हमारी personality development है, ये जो हम लोग अपने weaponry में, I always say to the children that we are preparing you for the battlefield of life. So we have to give everything in your weaponry so that when you are standing there alone, कोई आपको उस जगह पे मात नहीं दे जहां पर आपका पास weapon नहीं है. So all these are small weapons, and knowledge too is a weapon, no doubt about that.
Punita ma'am, your mic is mute. I don't know, all of a sudden.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Could you hear me otherwise?
Yes, ma'am. Now we can.
All right, sorry. So this is what, the co-curricular activities help us to do. And I would say that today's parents are very much aware of this fact, and they are encouraging their children, even though, the children are very good academically, they give them those. If a child has a passion or a talent for some other, some creative or performing art or sports, they're encouraging the children that side. My own son, he's a musician today, he's a music producer. He was a topper and he was doing extremely well in his academics. And from being in the finance, he did his master's in finance from Rotterdam, he switched to music. And I encouraged him. Had I been in the earlier years, I would have stopped him. But then we realized that whatever your passion is, you can make it your profession, provided the school gives these platforms and these co-curricular activities help the children to enhance this.
Thank you so much, Punita ma'am. And ma'am, I absolutely agree with you. Like, we should have, like, personality development classes. Like, back in my boarding days, we used to have, like, when we were in grade 6, we had personality. And, we saw that until date, we use those guidelines, told by our teachers. So, not in colleges, even in school, it should be introduced.
Absolutely.
So, yes, ma'am.
And there's one activity, if I can say, I think all schools must compulsorily have. That is what I feel. That is theater, drama and theater. Communication skills is so important, so important. And children are shy. Children have inhibitions. But when they have to role play and you put them, in a class to begin with or in a small group, we all are acting all the time. The more polished we become, the better communicators we become, the better personalities we have. So when the child is groomed from that stage, from that age, into speaking up, gradually the child develops confidence. And then later the child never really, fails in life.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, back in school, for example, I have studied from my ICSE's boarding school. So I used to hate learning, Shakespeare. I used to hate reading the Shakespeare, stories and all, like Much Ado About Nothing. So, but coming to theater, I became. So my teacher asked me to be, act like in Shakespeare, and by saying "Thou art who," I think so. I got that interest. Oh, thou art who? It's like, who are you? So that's how, I gained that interest. And I think so. I scored around like 80, 85 in
Wow.
English and
Wow.
like, yeah, in grade 10. So it feels
Amazing.
good. So thank you so much, Punita ma'am. And also,
Thank
I
you.
would like to know one thing from all the educators. I want to know what is your interest. I want to know about your talents and hobbies. Please, if I'm not taking your time.
Right. I'm into music and I'm into reading and I write and I'm a counselor. I love children, so I counsel too. So these
And
are
ma'am, you
basic.
said you also represented India, right, in sports?
Yes, I did. I'm a sports person, but now I have a back problem, so now I'm not. But I'm a very, very passionate sports person.
Thank you so much,
In
Punita.
fact, the first time boxing federation amateur boxing opened for women in the world. So India's contingent had gone to Bangkok. So I was the joint secretary of Indian Boxing Federation, and Mary Com and Sarita Devi, all of them I had taken as the leader of the contingent, and then to the World Games. So I'm very proud of that.
Wow, ma'am, we are proud of you so much, Punita ma'am. So thank you, ma'am. Rita ma'am, we would like to know what
Okay.
are your talents, like, interest area.
Nandini, the area which I really lacked is music, unfortunately, though I have spoken for it today. How hard I try to sing, scale हमेशा टूट जाता था. वो chorus singing बहुत अच्छा किया है हमने. And I remember when the Latur earthquake, we raised funds through group songs and all. But yes, I'm an artist. I love writing. I have been in Oil India, the best debater. The literary side is very good, but at the same time, yes, my track events. I've been the champion of my time. I'm a Spicerian. That was a Seventh Day Adventist school in Pune. So yes, but music, yes. That unfortunately I could never sing on the scale. Tried hard, like couldn't sing. That's
Rita
a
ma'am, you
drawback.
can still sing, and we will be listening to you. Don't worry about it. We won't judge you because ultimately it's a stress buster.
It is. It is. Nandini, remember Himesh Madan had come on an NTAB this, and from him, then after that, I started following him. He's done wonderful work on this binaural beats, talking about this. What's it that? To begin with, theta. 4 to 7 hertz, then alpha 7 to 13 hertz, and the impact and the healing effect that it has, and not behavioral, and it goes to to the level of self control. There's a wonderful if I'm not mistaken, yes, and like ma'am was saying that she's read it somewhere. It is Himesh Madan only. He says that IQ increases by 23%. And unfortunately, if you notice, studies shows that the youth committing suicide because of stress is maximum in India, unfortunately. And I wish where I lack music, it can work as a savior. It can really work as a savior.
Yeah, rightly said, ma'am.
Thanks for
So
bringing up this topic.
thank you so much, Rita ma'am. Radhika ma'am and Sakshi ma'am, what about you?
I'm good in dance. Apart from that, I used to take part in the debates and all. And I'm a good athlete too.
Oh, that's
Athletics.
amazing. That's
Yes.
amazing. Thank you, Radhika ma'am. Sakshi ma'am, and you?
I forgot. I'm an actor and I have worked with Vijay Tendulkar. I forgot about that during my school days. My college days. I worked with under Vijay Tendulkar. Gid. Okay. Udan serial ke papa. Rajni, Priya Tendulkar's father. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
That's amazing, Rita ma'am. Thank you for.
I am a Bhangra dancer.
Oh, wow.
I love dance. Whenever I, get time, I am into the dance. Dance is like stress buster for me. And I love observing people.
Oh,
Whenever I get time, I observe, and learning is very, very important. I believe in this thing. Learning never stops. It's a lifelong process. So we should learn whenever we are getting time.
that's
Thank you.
very interesting, Sakshi ma'am. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. So once again, thank you to all the educators for imparting your knowledge and experience to the topic. It was indeed a very insightful and a very informative session where we actually discussed some real life experiences. So looking forward to many more sessions like these with you all. So on this note, I, Nandini Upadhyay, the host of the show, would like to sign off. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nandini, for bringing up such contemporary issues. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, Rita
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank